Visage Dazzle is really scary, and I think he's actually somewhat weak in offensive tries if they have a good try like Visage.
They get Darkseer. Actually, Darkseer of all time is one of their most played heroes. I was looking at some of their stats earlier on in this match. So
Darkseer's underrated, I feel.
I think it is their most picked heroes. I'll pop open some stats. Maybe. I don't know how this thing looks. I think it sometimes shows heroes here. There we go. Darkseer, their most picked hero of all time.
Wow.
This goes back many, many patches ago when Darkseer used to be much stronger, but
he hasn't been nerfed that badly. His Ion Shell actually got buffed, and
Yes.
Vacuum just constantly gets nerfed, but
it hasn't been nerfed too recently, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it's the cooldown reduction, or cooldown increase rather, is pretty ridiculous. 28 seconds on a non-ultimate spell, but still, that spell is just absolutely insane.
All right, well, we'll introduce our two teams for our fourth match of the day in StarLadder Europe. It's going to be Insane Gaming on the Radiant side. We've got FN playing the Doom. We've got Chomi playing
they've
the
already
Shadow
smoked
Fiend.
up.
Visitor playing the Ancient Apparition, Aloha Dance on Rubik, and it leaves Bignum playing the Nyx Assassin.
And on the side of Empire, starting off in the off lane, we have Mag on that off lane Darkseer. In the mid lane, we have Resolution on the Puck. Van Score on the Dazzle, looks like he's already rotating. Silent on the Life Stealer, and last but not least, we have Always Wanna Fly on the Visage. He's actually already skilled Grave Shield too.
Where's this smoke going? They kind of wanted to check Roshan. Has Dazzle... Oh, they know Dazzle's there. Dazzle's going to walk right into him. This is First Blood. Lift him up. There we go. The lift came. The Chilling Touch is there. First Blood to the AA.
That's a pretty unusual place to smoke.
That's a weird route, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no... You can't Roshan with this Empire line. They went to Roshan. You see anywhere? I guess they could
Dazzle?
Roshan with Dazzle heal, and it would take a long time, though.
Yeah, and they only have 2 melee, so don't have to worry about the song. It would have taken a long time. But it was a smart move by Insane.
No, that was... Maybe they've just watched a few Empire replays and realized that the Dazzle always takes that route to go ward, or...
Well, they were also on the high ground too, so that if someone were to approach this way, they'd be...
That's true.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, actually, if you stay smoked here, and then whatever offlane hero goes to get the rune, you can maybe gank him from the high ground.
Well, the thing is, this tower only gives vision over here because of that tree line. So they were all standing in this area, and if anyone comes down into the river, they're dead. So I mean, it's not terribly uncommon for people to go from over here. So already Q Insane off to a very good start.
I mean, they're going to D-ward as well, so that's another thing going their way. It's still just a first blood for your AA. That'll get him some boots, and they're going to kill on the support, so it's not really slowing down or hurting anyone's gold like the Puck, who's trying to rush his bottle with a Null Talisman. All in all, I think it's not going to bother Empire too much.
Yep. Now he gets harassed out of lane. Looks like his level 2 will be fairly delayed.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky for him. He needs to find a way. He wants to get the farm with Iron Shell, but he also needs to try and get an experience range. But against the Rubik AA, that's quite tricky for him. Doom hasn't devoured a big creep from lane. He's gone straight just to devour the lane creep. Normally we see Doom just leave the supports in lane for a bit and then go devour one of these big creeps. Get an Ursa Clap or get like a Centaur Stomp. Get something that can add to your killing power in lane.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can do it versus the Darkseer though, but for the most part, you do really want that early experience.
Mag's found some experience. He's leeching off this neutral camp as well as he can. Only gets a small amount though.
He's very smart to stay on the opposite side of the river though. If he comes to this side, he gets telekinesis up and will most likely die, especially without Surge yet.
Yeah. He only got experience for one of those mini wolves. Well, I say mini wolves. I think they're called giant wolves, but
they do not look giant.
No. There's the giant wolf and then the alpha wolf, but they're little baby wolves. And looking at mid lane, we've got Shadow Fiend up against the Puck. Puck's fairly ahead at the moment with the 6 and 3 CS to the SF's 3 and 1. He gets a 4th though, so I guess the first creep wave or 2 is hard for the SF before he starts getting any souls.
Yeah, SF should start to pull ahead by like level 5 or so, if not a little bit earlier.
Both offlaners really struggling to get experience.
Oh, Dazzle, he has a DD. They don't have a ward on top lane. Q Insane does not.
Well, SF would have to push pretty far across to get.
I mean, Resolution's getting a really good block right now. So if
Chomi's not bad too. So
yeah.
Wow, he's staying on the high ground. He tangoes up. I think he should be okay here. Maybe just some
DD Dazzle. DD Dazzle's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Good. No poison touch. Well, Resolution it's still helping because just SF gets pushed out of lane, gets Resolution some last hits denies, but SF now has the 9 souls, so that's going to give him enough damage that he can get some fairly stable last hitting going.
Yeah, Ink Visitor has completely zoned Mag out of the lane. He's just like, screw this, man. I am going to the jungle.
Yeah,
and off he goes.
They've done a really good job with their supports. Normally you see Darkseer at least hit level 2.
Yeah, he tried to double shell on the creep wave at level 1, but he was too scared of the right click from AA.
Yeah. I guess fair enough. It's an AA Rubik Doom, like even with Chilling Touch and Telekinesis, like Doom can't really add too much, but...
Yeah, if he had Surge, he would get away, but without, I mean, AA is already level 2, he's probably going to die.
We'll go flying down on mid lane on the SF. No kills since that first blood, but I think both teams will be pretty happy with how things are looking right now. Lifestealer, 1500 gold. Do you think we look for a Midas rush, or does he go for the more stable phase boots?
I think he needs Midas because he needs a lot of items this game. Because he has to, like, not only does he have to worry about getting doomed, he also has to worry about getting right clicked down by Shadow Fiend during team fight. So that means he has to be like pretty far ahead. And maybe like once they get like Puck Blink, they can start playing very aggressively. But until then, it's probably just going to be passive farming, especially with the first blood already going to insane.
Rubik gonna keep on pulling here, and looking at like these support levels, Rubik's already hit level 3.5, so he's actually not doing too bad. And the Radiant, well, Radiant, oh, the other two supports, the Nyx and the AA, are actually just level 2 right now. I say support, Nyx is in the offlane, but he's been zoned out really heavily.
Yep. And looked like Puck's still doing very well. I mean, 19-8 compared to the 14-4 from Chomi. Is his bottle coming out? This is... Yeah, I don't know why they haven't given him his bottle yet, but oh, it looks like he's rushing the Midas on the Doombringer too. 340 gold, so just 150 until he reaches that. Let's check out Lifestealer. He's also going for a hand of Midas, but he will have it just at a slightly quicker pace.
Yeah, Midas game, but well, I'd say it's almost identical.
Yeah, it's almost identical.
It's at this point it pretty much is. I think Doom actually may win this race. If he gets the last hit here, yep.
No,
yeah.
Oh.
Who's good? Doom wins it by 2 seconds.
Yep, there they go. Sub 5 minutes though, pretty good.
Yeah. Absolutely, and do you think this start favors Empire or Insane more?
I would say it's about even. I think like Puck's really, not that he's completely farm dependent, but he needs Blink to make a lot of big plays. And Shadow Fiend is Shadow Fiend. He obviously needs items too. So and then Doom and Lifestealer are about even. I say Lifestealer is a better carry, but Doom's better in team fights. So all in all, it's just even around the board.
SF is playing well. Like he'll push out the wave with razors and then go to farm the camp because he knows Puck level 6 now with 1 support rotation. He can go down, and he's had no wards on above him in the top river the entire game. So he's very
he has a
prone
triple
to
stack though. Whereas
this SF has just played a really solid game. You have to play like how he's playing when there is no Radiant. There's no Radiant Observer on the high ground. Where the Visit just been camping for like the last 2 minutes. He sees Resolution hit mid. He's like, okay, let's go for a kill, but no kill presents itself.
Yep. And he's going to be level 7 after this.
He's going to get another stack as well. He can stack it once more, and pretty big.
He's very big.
Well, Puck, I'm not really too worried for Empire yet. Like, this is a team who's been just playing so well, like as a team that like even with a decently farmed SF, they'll find the ways to shut him down. But Insane Gaming just playing very efficiently so far.
Yep, gold lead just about 750 in favor of Insane. But now Puck has a DD rune, so we may see Second Blood come out fairly soon. We'll see Always Want to Fly and make his way middle. If SF pokes his head out, let's see if any of the supports have TPs. Nyx has a TP, he's level 4. Rubik does have a TP, and AA has a TP, so Insane is really prepared.
Doom needs to go in anyway. He has got that level 60, which means Darkseer can't really come anywhere near this lane. Although with that said, if he gets Dooms, there's just a Doom plus AA. They need the Rubik telekinesis as well. And where I'd almost like to see Rubik go for like a flank and come around from behind and catch up Mag by surprise under his tower, but...
Yeah, they'll probably need a smoke for that.
And the other problem, like, it's only Puck with a TP, so I think Puck alone TPing in, you're still okay there, even without the Doom.
Yeah.
But for now, I think Insane just happy to play this safe. There is a bit of a dark zone at top lane. It's just being zoned out. TP's coming in. Double TP, in fact, by both the supports, and they want to maybe make sure this tower doesn't go down. Lifesteal will be pushed back by a Cold Feet. Heal comes out, and Insane, they're going to get their Nyx up to level 5, so he's getting enough out of this lane. Like, he's actually a full level ahead of Mag on the Darkseer, and Darkseer and Nyx, they're more level dependent than farm dependent.
Yep, they may be going for a gank in mid, but there is this Observer Ward over here, but I don't think you'll see them coming. They're going to be really hard pressed to kill a Puck, though. They have to pretty much kill him with Telekinesis before he orbs and phase shifts. See, Puck pop his DD and his smoke. He's looking for a kill.
Looks like he may go for the...
He's gonna run into supports.
It's actually okay, because if he runs into the 2 supports alone, he can actually fight them 1v2 as a level 8 Puck. His damage output is pretty scary.
Here they go. FN a little bit too greedy. He has 660 HP, and he's taking creeps right now. This is going to be bad.
The orb, the silence, everything there. Easy pick-off for Empire's resolution. It's smart smoking, because there's a... Okay, that's a mistake. 2 Raiden Observer Wards at this point in the river.
Yeah.
They've got these. The twin towers. That's there. That was a bit of miscommunication. I imagine one supported planet one of each. And
Shadow Fiend.
Mag here. Mag Surge is about to wear off, and he's running down. He's going to try TP out and double raise. This is going to be enough damage. Yes, it is. Shomi's playing really well. He's looking like a really solid mid player right now, I got to say.
Yeah, his CS is on par with the Puck, and he's actually very close to even on levels too. But a lot of it has to do with the stacking. But again, his supports have not been as... they just haven't been really rotating around that much, and this wasted Observer Wards too really gives him a lack of vision.
Assassin gets an impale, does a lot of damage to Veinscore at top. Carapace even being used. Forces out a Grave, though. Grave TP from Veinscore. Just wants to get the hell out of there, play it safe, and this Nyx is about to hit level 6 and also fairly close to his Arcane Boot.
Depressing bottom tower very heavily right now.
Surging just for an Iron Shell, just to draw the aggro up tower. Mag just trying to get whatever he can. He'll hit level 6, so similar timing to the Nyx Assassin. It seems the 2 offlaners are matching each other pretty well. There's 2 solo mid are matching each other pretty well as far as just general farm goes. So
the 2-1 positions though, after that 1 death, it's about 1,000 gold difference in between the Life Stealer. Yeah. And I think he actually used Infest just to get more farm.
The Radiant supports are a bit more farm than the Dire side though. I mean, it helps that the AA got the first blood. They've been pulling a lot more, it seems. And Dazzle's bottom of the net worth, because it's actually Radiant leading by a small 250 gold margin overall, which is pretty much non-existent right now, even 10 minutes in. But hey, SF will keep stacking this big camp here, and well, see what he's going to rush a BKB. So wants to play very safe against an aggressive Empire team.
Yeah, BKB is a necessity here. He has to get it.
We'll always want to fly rotating, and we've seen a very quiet Visage this game. This was their first 2 picks as well, Dazzle, Visage, right off the bat in this draft, and so far we've seen no action from either of these 2 heroes.
Yeah, they need level 6 up on Visage ASAP, but he's still only sitting at level 4, and it just hit level 4 too. 51 out of 500 experience on him.
Compare that to the Radiant supports. Rubik's about to hit level 6, and AA about to hit level 5. They're really out-leveling their counterparts, just being... I mean, the Radiant jungle's a lot better for pulling. That's, I think, largely the Radiant advantage as to why they're high.
But at the same time, they've had to been stacking for the SF too, so...
Yeah.
Like Empire, I don't know what they've been doing with their supports. I guess it's zoning out the Nyx a little bit, but he's still level 6. And Darkseer's
always want to fly stacking as well. He's got a big stack coming, which I guess the Darkseer will take. Meanwhile, your AA stacking, so all the supports are just on stacking duty.
It's like that one patch.
The DreamHack Winter 2012, which I casted. Everyone was just passively farming jungle and stacking everything for days, picking Darkseer, Sven, Magnus, and
that's fun.
That was a very questionable.
Radiant's top tower has been attacked.
Yeah. I was left wanting a bit more out of that tournament.
Man, look, a silence farm is ridiculous. He has Phase, Midas, Strums, and the Gloves of Haste, and 700 gold, and that's before the tower goes down. So if he gets his tower, we're looking at, oh yeah.
Puck finds a kill. He's got a Blink Dagger now, missed that one, but we'll see the push continue at top lane. And yeah, like you said, if he gets his T1 tower, that's almost halfway. And he's going to get it.
And his Midas is up. So now he's almost 2,000 gold ahead.
Yeah.
1,500 gold ahead of the Doom. And yeah, Puck's pretty darn big now. His net worth is actually eclipsed by the Shadow Fiend though.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend just with all the stacking for the most part is probably the reason for that. But even so, we'll see Mag come and kill off this Visage needs to leech experience here. He really needs a level 6. And I think that's almost
that
why.
Camp is so large.
Yeah. Talk about a lot for the Visage, and Darkseer are going to get him some farm. This will almost be his mech as well. So this is actually I think a good position for Empire to be in, just because they're going to have their mech. They'll get level 6 Visage in a second. Well, not really in a second, but maybe in another couple minutes. And once they have level 6 on these supports, they can do a lot better job of actually fighting Insane. But both teams playing very passive Dota. This is 2 CIS teams, would you believe it? They're not playing like CIS teams.
Yep. They can use Silence and Fest to get a kill fairly shortly, but still waiting on his armlet. Just about 200 gold for his Blades of Attack, which will complete the recipe. And I think they can start ganking Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend doesn't have his BKB, or does he? He's close.
He's got a Mithril Hammer, maybe? Yeah, Mithril Hammer. This Lifesteal is getting almost 10 last hits a minute. He's hitting on 117 after 13 minutes.
That's pretty insane.
I'd love to know how, like, if there was like a last hits miss tab for this top lane, like, I reckon he'd be just crushing it right now. Like, probably at most like 5 last hits mid. Although with it pushed out now, he is going to be missing a few more. I mean, mid just going to keep raising stuff down, and it's kind of hard to kill and gank this SF, especially when you haven't even got level 6 on your Visit.
Yeah, they can still do it with Puck, but they have to have Life Stealer. Puck's not nearly enough damage, especially when he already has Ogre Club.
He'll probably just play safe until he has his BKB. Now that he's only 700.
Oh, they're already using the Infest.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost about time. They've had this big blink on Puck for some time, and Big Num doesn't see this coming. He's completely screwed. And I don't know. Ooh, he's going to throw an Impale here. I think this is the death of him. Blink Silence. Easy kill. Silent will get the last hit as well. This guy is just ridiculous.
At least SF didn't die.
That's the thing. It's the Nyx Assassin. Like, it's still a kill for Empire. It's still like advantage Empire there, but
at the same time, Empire's gank is going to be better than Insane, just because Nyx has been very inactive. Pretty much everyone's been active, but if you want one hero to be active, it should be the Nyx. Always want to fly. Does have a level 6 up now. Looks like everyone has their ultimate up except for Dazzle, but he's still level 6 too. Just opted to skip out on that.
They're just continuing to farm neutrals. He spends more time there in lane just because of the nature of the
Aloha dance.
Oh, found another kill. Like you said, Empire's gank is that much stronger. They're punishing this top lane time and time again. The Radiant team almost need like a lane ward, just hide like up here, like just chuck a lane ward so you can see this Puck Lifestealer coming. And that way you can actually farm safely when it's at your tower. The problem is Empire can get kills under your tower and you can't even punish it unless Doom is there with a Doom, but Doom is not kind of preempting these ganks and acting on them that much.
No, he's just farming it up, but Lifestealer is farming and getting kills. Now the network disparity between those two is a whopping 2,000 gold. Insane has a ward in middle, but at the same time, Empire hasn't really been focusing on middle.
Empire may want to position themselves for an early Roshan as well. Like, they're getting wards up around there. If they get a Medallion on Visage, is that what's coming out? Yeah, Medallion on Visage. So with this, they can get a very easy Roshan. Bring in the Lifesteal, you've got more than enough damage, and take down an early Roshan. And then with that, they can get super aggressive.
Chummy's BKB has been bought. It's in a staff right now. Has not yet been completed, though.
Oh, the ALT was thrown at Roche, and they saw no one doing it, so maybe Empire tried to sneak in now, but I think they want to try to bring down at least the tier 1 mid first, and take down the tier 1, make it a lot easier to progress.
If they get hit by AO, they'll just put themselves in a very compromising position. Just 15 seconds. That thing's pretty low cooldown as far as ultimates go. We see another smoke coming out from Puck.
This could be bad for Insane.
Yeah, I think Doom may get caught. Oh, he just narrowly misses.
Okay, well,
he stole Familiars.
Oh, Rubik did?
Yeah, why don't they cast it?
That's true.
Oh, it's gonna go down.
Wow. Okay.
Disgusting burst damage. And I think he's still got open wounds. He can slow the Doom and probably keep this Puck alive. We're going to be in a bit of trouble here. There's a Nyx Assassin coming in, going to stun up Silent, and it looks like Puck will be just fine here. Shadow Fiend going to rotate down. Silent may actually be the one who goes down. That's a big kill. Doom gets the last hit on this. Visage familiar to there. Dark's going to drop the wall. The vacuum to follow as well. Not into the wall, though. There's going to be a Soul Assumption. Finishes off the Nyx Assassin. Nice play here. Insane want to turn this one around. They do so with a BKB Shadow Fiend taking out Visage. So barely even trades across the board.
It was a 3 for 2, but the 3 heroes were all like supports / offlaners, and they got the Lifesteal, a very nice chain stun there, the Nyx Assassin Impale into the Doom Centaur Stomp, and
almost an even trade, like a 3 for 2.
Even.
That's an even. When you're killing this Lifestealer, it's more or less an even.
That
trade.
burst was insane though. Like the Infest Coil, Waning Rift, Illusory Orb instantly killed 2 supports.
Lifestealer didn't even have a chance to cast Open Wound. They just blew up.
Yeah, I think they're gonna need some Bracer Gaming. Ink Visitor mid.
He's gonna go down. He looks like Resolution will get the solo kill.
That's the thing about AA. Like he is just so poor defensively. He's very good at defending against pushes, but defending against ganks, like when people die that fast, there's really nothing you can do. If you throw your AA ultimate and you're trying to defend it, like it's just not going to come out fast enough, and Vortex is not enough. He doesn't even have 1-level Vortex. I think the value playing Vortex is pretty good. 18% slow.
Yeah, I've been seeing AAs even like get level 1 cold feet and max Vortex plus Healing Touch.
Right, Vortex is much more reliable, the spell. Big AA ult coming out will hit 3 heroes at Roshan, but they're not even fighting.
Medallion, Familiars, Light Slow, Right Click, big.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
You,
It
like,
looks
before
like they're going after
when they got
Dire's
that gate
middle
when the
tower.
puck was Doom, can you lifesteal while Doom from the open wave?
I'm not sure. Some passes get disabled, some don't, and
Well,
some purges. Some of the spells get the purge off. Some.
Your items get disabled, but I guess the lifesteal is a spell, like open wounds effect.
Well, you still get move speed from items, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like I think it's just the active abilities on items, right?
Assassin getting the Vicissy with an A ult in, finds a pick off. Yeah, I think Puck could still lifesteal while he's Doom from the open wound.
Oh yeah, I think
bottom
it's
tower
definitely
is under
from
attack.
I don't know if lifesteal
This won't be
can.
pretty. They've reached Dire's top
Beast,
tower.
I think
Radiant's
this
bottom
gets-
tower
Yeah,
has fallen.
passive.
What if he has HOD?
Dire's top tower
Doom
is
is
under
a
attack.
questionable spell. They changed it so that it used to not purge. So if you would have haste, you can just run away. But now it'll dispel it.
This won't be pretty. They've
Then
reached
he wants to get
Dire's
the
top
T1 tower.
tower.
Here comes the Puck. He's got an Infest Bomb once again, but there's a Doom BKB. This will actually save his life, so... It was a good item pickup in the
Dire's
end.
top tower is under
Rubik's
attack.
gonna still raid, which is... this would be
Radiant's
useful if he had
middle
more
tower is
HP.
under attack.
He's
Yes.
just gonna get obliterated because of his low HP.
I like his switch to start leveling up Nullfield though instead of
I'm
maxing
afraid
telekinesis.
Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
With the Puck a little bit. As much as possible.
Empire's just
Soul or
being
something.
super efficient around the map though.
Radiant
That's
has
what's
made it
going
much
on.
harder to take
This
down
game's
their
going to come down
structures.
to SF. just
Radiant's
getting
middle
massive
tower
up.
is
Having
under attack.
Doom plus Nick. If Doom and Nyx get a good engagement, like you Doom a key target and Nyx hits a multiple
Radiant's
hero
middle
tail,
tower
maybe
is no more.
Insane can win a team fight.
Yeah.
Nyx is going for a mech, which is like the mech will help the team, but I feel he really needs a blink dagger to get a
Yes,
multiple
they
hero
need clean
impale.
initiates.
They can't. At some point, Empire will get a gem for the Vendetta, and he's just not going to hit more than one hero in an impale if this game goes on longer.
Well, the thing about it is, if this game goes on longer, Insane's in a lot of trouble because the BKBs are going to start wearing down. We've already seen one BKB used by Shadow Fiend, one BKB used by Doom, and they're not really getting that much out of their BKB usage. It's not like they're getting any T1s. It's not like they're getting Roshan. It's not like they're
Staying
getting that
alive,
many kills.
right.
Yeah, they're just staying alive, and it's not going to help them stay alive that much longer. And meanwhile, Empire, Lifestealer doesn't need a BKB. He's Lifestealer, and Puck doesn't need one either. So they're going to... I think the 4 or 5 second BKB duration is going to have a pretty big impact come 30-35 minutes.
Silent's going to be looking at an Abyssal Blade in the next probably 2-3 minutes maybe, and that
Yowza.
goes through the BKB. So,
Yeah, Shadow Fiend is going to have to get like Manta
Dire's
Butterfly.
structures are fortified.
he's going to get a T1 tower here.
Dire's
Perhaps
middle
it could be a
tower is
nice
under
bit boost
attack.
to his gold here. Ooh, he's on the high ground. Needs to be a
It's
bit
beyond
careful. He
comprehension.
can't
Dire's
brace the
middle
game.
tower is
You
gone.
probably know all about it. Our
Just
Dazzle's got 2
gone.
braces going.
Bracer King is the way to go.
It's really strong on a lot of support. If you don't actually need to be going for a mech or 4-star for the team,
Or Blink, or a lot of other
I guess
items.
Dazzle could have gone Urn. This team, they don't have any Urn on this? Yeah, they don't have an Urn, so... It would have been nice for Empire, but at the same time, look at his score. He's 0-1-0. Like, not to say he's done nothing this game. He's actually contributed to the team fights and just helped with the healing, Graves and stuff. So, if he had an Urn, he'd probably still have 0 charges.
Yep, looks like Resolution is going to farm bottom, but I think they do see the Infest. You can see that, right, if you're the opposing team?
No.
No, the Armlet in the Infest.
Oh, the armored effect, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they see it, so I think if they're keeping their eyes on Puck right now, then they know
Okay.
that he's infested.
I was like,
I don't actually know why he does that.
why is the armored on?
Yeah.
One less button to push when you come out, I guess.
I suppose, but at the same time, the element of surprise is pretty darn important.
Yeah. Well, if you can see it, it's definitely not worth doing.
Right.
Like you say. I'm not sure how that works whatsoever.
Strange mechanics in Dota, man.
Yeah. Oh, you learn. Every day there's like some new mechanic which you're trying to learn or don't quite understand. I was telling LD about the double Necrobook Lycan build with
Double
refresher.
Necrobook?
Double Necrobook plus refresher. You can refresh and have 2 Necrobooks out.
Wow.
You should try it sometime. It's actually not bad, man. Like, Matt...
That's so much gold. That's like 15, 16,000 gold.
But you also get double ulti and stuff, so like you cast Necrobook, cast ulti, and then refresh plus Necrobook,
But
and
you have
then...
like no damage.
It's for
I
Rat
guess
Dota, man.
It's for Rat Dota.
Rat Dota.
That's pretty obscene.
You're not looking to right-click people.
You would. You would.
They're having like 4 Necrobooks. Like, that's your damage there, man. Your hero's not doing damage.
That's
Your
true. You
Necrobooks
could push
are.
like 2 different lanes.
Yeah.
With if you had BMTs.
Get boots to travel with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Ben. I want to see this on your stream next time you random like
Oh
it.
my gosh, that would be
Double Necro
that'd be
refreshes.
ridiculous.
BTs.
They've made a beeline for Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, still passes game 8-5, 13 kills in 23
Radiant's
minutes. Not as
bottom
many as
tower is
I
under
expected
attack.
with this lineup.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
No, not at all. Especially Empire's lineup, but Q and Sane have just played very stable, consistent Dota, not giving any opportunities to get those kills.
Yeah, and they don't really want to fight into the Aegis. It's gonna expire in about 30
Yeah.
seconds time. There's another infest. There's smoke yet again.
Q may get the jump here. That's going to BKB, but then, oh, there's a perfect initiation, followed by a vacuum. They just get blown up before he can even use his BKB. Not that it would have been mad. Doom's going to buy back. The wall gets dropped. It's not really landing on anyone yet. SS is forced on the run, even with a Manta-style BKB. He may look to run into this one, though.
And they have the pipe.
Oh.
That is huge.
They're just blocking so much of this damage. Mag with the mech pipe, the total utility. He hasn't even used his mech here. And they forced a Doom buyback as well. This Empire team just
I think
sharp.
pipe is just so effective against AA. I think AA is really popular because nobody ever gets pipe.
Yeah, pipe is a very underboard item. It's quite expensive, so I can see why.
It's so good though. I mean, mech heals for 250. Pipe blocks 400.
Yeah.
So
There's not many like good pipe buys as well. Darkseid, one of probably the best in the
Darkseid's
game.
pretty good. Or,
Doom's
pretty
okay,
good.
yeah.
Doom's pretty good for it.
Yeah. But it's a big farm investment for a lot of heroes who, like, you look at your mid heroes who need like blink initiation.
It's usually a BKB.
Silent. Hey, ulti on him. He's going to pop the rage here, go on the run, but the right push from SF does the damage. Oh, and comes a vacuum from Darkseid just to help out a bit. He already had himself surged, so he's using that to try and escape. And thinks Assassin can get this Impale. Oh, the Doom comes out with an Impale. No surge for you. Matt going to go down. He makes sure he keeps the life stealer alive, so...
See, before that Doom buff, he would have just run away
Yeah.
with the surge. But man, does Doom need to keep getting buffed? He's
Probably
gotten buffed so many times.
He's so
past, like,
strong
6
in the
months.
current version just because you can lane him anywhere, like safe lane, mid, even off lane, jungle.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you really, not many teams run him jungle because he's a pretty weak jungler and doesn't offer much, but...
Radiant's top tower is
Next
under
is Doom
attack.
is gonna be like on a minute cooldown, and then level that's gonna do like 50% damage when he's level 25.
Radiant's top tower has been
The
attacked.
level death at level 25 is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. It's
Oh, God.
it's absurd.
They
20% of
can't
your
be
HP.
stopped.
Well,
Escapes too far.
It's too busy.
it was just an
level
infest
death.
bomb.
Yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
special there.
Resolution. Oh, well, he's
You know
just
what?
finding
Insane
kills.
is just kind of falling apart though. The infest bombs, they were really big in style in 6.78 when Lifestealer was the king of carries.
Yeah.
But now they've kind of fallen off a little bit, but only because Lifestealer is not as popular, not because the infest gank isn't extremely strong. And as we can see, like even in the bottom right next to the T3, even with a BKB and a relatively tanky hero like Doom with
Yeah.
the second most net worth on the game at that point and 1800
I'm afraid
HP,
Radiant's
he
middle
still
tower
dies
is under
very,
siege.
very quickly to the infest bomb. I mean, you have so little time to react as a team, especially if you have nothing to go through BKB. They really don't besides Doom. But if he's
Radiant's middle
silenced,
tower
Yeah,
is
he
under
was even
attack.
in a position where if he could have maybe
It seemed
BKB
apparent
before the
that
vacuum
Radiant
came in, but
has
even if he
strengthened
survived,
their
he was still down to like 300, 400 HP. Even drop an ult, but they want to try to get Maggie. The Impale will land. Nice places. We're going to see Grave come out. Maggie kept the life. Doesn't have a wall just yet. It looks like Doom going to go out. That's on the lifesteal. This means that Empire can't really fight. They lose the Dark. They're going to lose Visage as well with the Shadow Fiend, the BKB Shadow Fiend. You're on a counter bit here. So that's how they need to engage. This Doom needs to always be on this lifesteal because Empire is pretty much a one-core lineup right now. Like, he's most of their damage. Like, Puck is doing a decent amount. He's got a Hex now. But if Lifestealer can't fight, Empire probably lose
the problem is Empire should always be able to get the jump on Insane. Insane can't get
Yeah.
the jump without the Nyx blink. And he went for the mech, and if Lifestealer can just rage up and maybe uses the Abyssal, especially on the Doombringer, with his BKB, there's no way he's going to survive. They need like multiple force stats as well as a mech to save them.
Roshan respawns. They walk in and wasn't there, and they start to walk out and Roshan respawns.
That is some fortuitous circumstances.
This Puck and Lifestealer, they're coming. There's an Infest. There's no coil here. I think Roshan's just going to go down too fast, though. Seeing Aegis picked up by SF. They may look to fight even with the Aegis up, because the entire Empire team is wiped. I don't think they're afraid of an Aegis. If they get the jump, like you said, they win these fights.
It's all about getting the jump on the Zoom, though.
Puck going to just get himself out of there.
Puck has a sheep, too.
Yeah, he didn't have backup there. Well, apart from the Lifestealer inside him, which is more than enough backup, but no need to 2v5.
Radiant's top tower has
You
been
think
attacked.
14% who bet on Insane are feeling good about their rares?
I gotta say, I don't think they're feeling good about their rares, but I think Insane's showing a much stronger level of play than I expected.
No, they weren't bad. I saw them play and I was like, you know, they lose, but they don't lose because of huge mistakes. They lose just because they get slightly outplayed and slightly out-efficientized, whatever the verb form of it is. But like overall, their drafting is pretty solid. Their rotations are pretty good. Their team fight execution is decent. They don't really lack in one big area. Like we saw ahead, they just completely lacked in team fight last game.
Their
Like,
ahead.
execution was just absolutely atrocious.
I think Q Insane across the board are just playing really solid. And
They deserve to be in StarLadder.
yeah, they haven't really excelled in any area, which is maybe the problem. Well, I think SF, as far as his efficiency went, was perfect, but the actual...
And the supports are efficient too.
Yeah. The Knicks got a bit out of... He's going with BKB now, and this is, I guess, one of their downfalls. Not going for a Blink Dagger on Knicks just means they have zero initiation potential. They won that fight at mid where they got these 2 kills because Knicks hit an Impale on the Darkseer, forced out a Grave, and you can't rely on Darkseer being caught out of position by an Impale. You need that Blink Dagger to initiate.
Easy chicken.
What was that his, like, Eagle Song, or no? No Eagle... Yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
And that was without the Aegis.
I think it was the Doom's Hyperscope.
Radiant's top tower
Because
is
Doom
under
was going
attack.
Assault Crest, and I think he maybe even almost had enough money for the full thing. I'm not sure if the rest of the people...
I saw his team on earlier.
Can he get the Puck? Not going to do so. There's a gem as well. FN gets... That's the Doom as well. He's going to get Hex up. The huge SF ulti with the BKB. He gets the Pistol, though. He's going to go down. Second SF ulti going to go flying. Not yet, because he's got the Aegis. FN. He's popped the Doom. It's on the lifesteal. That means he can't really fight right now. Nyx Assassin the only one to take a fall, though, and Empire going to be pretty happy with that engagement. They get the Aegis, the Nyx. Doom is now on cooldown, so they can just look to go back in.
Nice grave by Van Score.
Yeah, that was a big play. The SF had a perfect ultimate there, and they just couldn't finish anyone off. Even with the AI Spark, he's got it again, so he's going to look for this Lifesteal, but he's using Fest just for the creep to ensure that he stays alive. The Ice Blast effect is there, but T2 Tower will go down.
The problem with Shadow Fiend against Lifestealer is Lifestealer, even if he's even on items, he's gonna beat out a Shadow Fiend because of the Basher.
Yeah.
He needs Manta Butterfly by the time he has this set of items. I mean, he has Abyssal. So when Lifestealer's ahead of Shadow Fiend on items, he's gonna get destroyed. He had an Aegis in the fight, but it doesn't matter. He just gets dropped like a rock.
Ooh, Lifesteal's going Lincoln's now. That's going to make Doom's life that much harder. Even though you can kind of use a spell to break it, it's still just so... It's one more thing to worry about.
I mean, when he's raged, they can't do anything to him now.
Yep.
And he's gonna be raged because he's gonna pop out of Infest and then immediately rage after. So he has 6 seconds of uptime guaranteed on target without.
I guess
Force Staff,
you can use
without...
the spell steal to break it still, but...
Oh yeah, this is true.
You have to react. So this Rubik is just dying instantly in fight, so that would take some incredible like coordination to actually pull off. I feel.
Yeah, I think the support just can't really do that much. Puck is like phase shifting most of the AA ultimates. Yeah. Lifestealer is rage. Darkseer has pipe as well as a mech, and they just can't really do that much. Aside from AA ultimate, what really does AA provide without IC Vortex? Rubik, he stole Vacuum last fight. He vacuumed 4 of them, but there was no follow-up after that, so it didn't really matter.
The IC Vortex with SF ulti would be like a pretty good combo. Like that's a lot of bonus damage from most of their damage output's magic, apart from some of the SF right clicks, and that's where
it's a lot of slow too.
Yeah,
not to mention.
Surprising he hasn't at least like getting extra points in Cold Feet at this point. I just don't feel is worth it.
No.
You're not. He's dying before he can use it. Lifesteal doesn't get cold feeded. Puck has phase shift. Like there's no one it's really latching onto.
Even if you do latch under his grave, they need more damage. I think spread damage, AOE damage.
Yeah, and just the kiting ability of the Knight's Vortex. But we'll see AA at the top lane. He could be. Oh, he's okay. He's got the next.
He's going for a Crystallis. Oh no.
SF is.
Yeah, I think he has to get a Butterfly.
I think, yeah, I fully agree. Like a Butterfly into Satanic kind of game, although, I mean, obviously...
Because Silent could just latch onto him, and the Manta Illusions aren't going to stay alive because the mass AoE, like Vacuum and Puck AoE, can just instantly clear it, and
Insane Gaming realize they're in a bad position. They're going to smoke up, try to use this AA is the most obvious bait I've ever seen, but Empire may just go down mid. They want to make something happen and get a bit aggressive here. AA is going to just try and kill off the... Like, what would AA be doing up here alone? Like,
It's way too obvious.
if you're Empire and you see an AA solo... This is a support AA solo pushing a lane. It doesn't get much more obvious than that.
Yep.
And now they're going to see the high ground mid and be like, hey, look, no one's defending high ground mid.
I wonder what they're doing.
Let's get this tier 3 tower.
It looks like Darkseer's also go for Lincolns.
Oh, they blew up Rubik before he could even cast a spell. That means Lincolns is not going to get procced here.
And they wasted BKB.
Yikes.
This won't be pretty. They've reached Dire's top tower.
This gets harder. Lifestealer Infest is on cooldown.
They have a weave on them right now too, at least on the SF.
Dire's top
So they
tower is
could
under
go in
attack.
like the next like 5 seconds if they really wanted to, but without
Yeah,
the
it's
infest.
about to expire.
Yeah.
If SF does get in there, it'd be... I mean, Lifestealer does, it'd be pretty painful, but... I think Lifestealer can just chip away at this tower as much as possible. Doom's got to stay pretty far back with his BKB. Yeah, pop the raids, right click, and once the raids is about to wear off, or Blitz gets popped, yeah, you back off.
Yeah.
Wait for the next raid. This is like what the Chinese teams used to do with Lifestealer. You just right click the tower for 4 seconds with rage on, then back off, and just repeat when the next creep wave arrives.
It's a smart thing to do. They're not putting themselves at much risk at all.
Yeah. Well, Rubik's back now, so if they want to break the Lifesteal's Lincolns, they can do so. They're going to pop the pipe, and I think they're going to fully commit to this high ground push now.
Yeah. Is this familiars sceptered up?
Yeah, Lincoln's going to get procced here, so they can use the Doom on Lifestealer here. The problem is they make more damage on top of that. He's going to go in with Rage here. Doom gets used. That's going to push Silent back. This makes it hard for Empire to fight now, but I think the game plan is retreat, wait for Doom to wear off, heal up and re-engage, but Puck gets lifted up. Can he execute out of this one? Does have Blink, I believe. He needs to do so, and we'll get out of there. SF Ultimate goes. It's going to kick down, always want to fly. One more right click, finishes him off. Meanwhile, the Puck actually going to try to keep the Dazzle alive. He's almost tried to go back in here. Lifesteal is still low. I don't know if he can really fight this one. There's a vacuum wall, catches out the entire race. SF going to drop another ultimate as he goes down. Doom takes a fall without the BKB. Yep, Puck is going in. Resolution will finish off the Ancient Apparition. Only Nyx Assassin left standing. Not for long. It's a team wipe, and Empire take out Q Insane.
Nice vacuum wall coming out from back there.
That's where like your life.
Oh, the A ultimate may catch Silent. Wow, where's the? He had rage up.
Triple buyback.
He had rage up. Wow.
That's a big. They still hold Q Insane, but like
That's costly.
even in these fights when they take out Lifesteal, that's the problem. Like they chase, if they want to chase into Empire, they'll just die to the vacuum wall. They'll die to the Puck plus Darkseer.
Yep.
You can take Lifestealer out of the fight, but if you're defending high ground, you're fine. But if you're chasing into them and group up as 5, then you're screwed.
Invisibility!
I don't know.
Poor Chomi.
He's a good game, but like you say, the crit maybe not the best item choice here.
He needs to survive. Oh, resolution.
The Hex. It can't kill him on his own.
With the Visit Birds.
Yeah, this bird, yeah. Hex. Right click. Need the familiars. Change the familiar stun, man. I'm surprised Visage doesn't like just triple stun him there.
Looks like they're down actually.
Oh, it was on cooldown. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking you just chain stun that with the 3 familiars and you're set. But you're right. It was on cooldown.
I think they could have waited a little bit, or he could have blown Coil for a tiny bit more uptime.
Well, we'll see Roshan respawning soonish if Empire want to play this really safe. Lifesteal's coming back online. They're pretty much ready to go. Puck has a Lincoln, so Lincoln's all over. They've got triple Lincoln, so if they really want, they can like give Lifestealer an extra Lincolns by casting it on him. One of the teammates cast one, put him on the high ground, and then dooming him just gets that much harder.
And Roshan's gonna respawn in about 1 minute's time. They have their Coco the Courageous over there checking it out.
It's got a cool little name onto it. What does that mean?
I have no idea. Something Empire.
The official Empire courier.
They've been really good about using smokes too. Empire's just been using smokes at...
It's usually resolution solo smoking.
Yes.
Too. And hey, there's wards there which he's going to be eluding, so...
And it's right before Roche time too. Their timing of their smokes is really important.
Well, he has to be careful because he's off on his own right now, and he can instantly phase shift Blink out, but what he looks to do...
Pug has a Lincolns too. They have 3 Lincolns.
Yeah, triple Lincolns. If this is it, I think Empire realized they don't even need Roach because they forced out the buybacks already. If they win this fight, it's all over, and I think they feel pretty confident they can. Puck orbing to the high. That was a weird Puck orb.
His smoke popped, so he thought someone was on the high ground, but it was just because Big Gnome was standing right here. Onto the Roshan.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush things here.
Insane always have to live in fear of the puck game, though. That's what's scary about their lineup.
They
Like,
have 5-man smoking road, but this is too late.
yeah, too much deeps.
And like for all they know, they could be running uphill. Like there could be a puck waiting for them on the high ground here. He's not, but like that is just like I think they've basically accepted the fact, hey, we're going to do
Roshan's
something.
death
Well,
comes
Roshan
at the
right now, they're
hands
going to
of
be
the
fighting
Dire.
against Cheese, and they just set down the he wants to go man mode. Pop that BKB already. BKB recommends a lot of damage here, but just not quite enough. We're going to see the next assassin take a bit of damage. The SF wants to fight. He's going to bring down the waves on the fly, but that's probably all he's going to get. Ball stuff to the high ground by the SF. He's trying to TP out. I think he actually will escape.
Wow.
They get one, they get out.
Nice force.
Yeah. Doom's being used here. I think it may have been blocked because no one that I see has been doomed, and it's on cooldown. There's going to be a hook from the Doom. They take a ball. Great chainstone coming out from the Visage Familiar. Now Nexus Assassin tries to TP out. No siree. 2 heroes down. Empire with an Aegis on their Lifestealer, and I think they'll be going straight down the mid lane. SF's still up, and he may as well just pick up whatever item he can here because he's got no buyback. Get something like a
What do you
Helmet
pick
of
up?
Dominator. Helmet of Dominator?
Another Chrysalis?
Yeah,
HOD would be good.
Yeah, I think HOD's his best bet. Get a bit of lifesteal, a bit of bonus armor, but I don't think it's going to be the difference between winning or losing this fight.
Definitely not. It's gonna be the difference in between him dying in like 6 hits or 7 hits.
It will be harder to remove radiant
They
structures.
make it though. They're on AA ultimate. SF is careful, buys time for the Nexus Assassin. Once again, nice force subs coming out. Silent to get a lot of damage, and while he does have Aegis, blowing that Aegis is actually a pretty big deal because can they actually hold these Raxes? Nexus Assassin's respawning. Silent against the tower,
They can just pass on the cheese though.
yeah. Are you gonna do just that? No, not yet. Is currently sitting on the puck, and puck looking for an engagement. Doesn't have the core yet. Gets a hex onto Chomi, but Chomi still being kept alive by the great support here. Lifesteal's Mag, the Darkseid taking a lot of damage. Lifesteal's just getting the rack. His Empire, they're just creating space here. They're going to lose 2 heroes, but to give some of the rack, he's going in on the SF. BKB is going to wear off. There's the SF Reckoness firing out of Aegis. They'll lose 1 more as well. The Rubik goes down. AA ultimate. They're actually going to kill for the Lifesteal here, so you insane. They're somehow holding on. Doom's respawning in 2 seconds. He actually has his ultimate. They want to try to use that on the Dazzle. Puck is still alive though. Where's that Doom? They need to get resolution here. There's a TP in from the Rubik after buying back, and resolution. He's out of there. He's got cheese. There's a lift to cancel the TP of Dazzle. It's a dead looking Dazzle, but it's
Expensive hold.
it's so so very.
If they
expensive.
passed cheese a Lifestealer though, I think it would have been different.
That's true. Puck kept it himself. And
Yeah, he didn't need it. Well, it's just because Lifestealer just gets focused down so hard in
It's
each
one of
these
those
fights.
games where, like, for the last, it's been a good, like, the last 15-20 minutes, like, you can just say, like, you kind of know Empire's going to win, but Q Insane are just playing so well to drag it out, and they're actually executing their defense as perfectly as possible. It's just,
Right, they're too far behind in items.
it's almost an unwinnable situation, but the way they're playing, like, most teams you put them in this position will just capitulate that much faster, and
Yeah,
will
they'll just get picked off by infest ganks, and they'll starve. They'll also, like, you lose 2 to 3 in the initial gank and team fights with the Hex, and yeah, they're holding on rather well.
but they've lost their first racks. It took them 40 minutes though, so the high ground ward is there for Empire. They'll have good vision. They're also going to pick up an Assault Crest on the Lifestealer now. I don't think they need to wait for the next Roshan, but if they're really worried and thinking, hey, maybe we lose this game, they still always can. So that's kind of like a last resort kind of plan. We're going to have a Heaven's Halberd soon, so if you can survive the Rage, that's annoying to deal with for the Lifestealer. Still just so many Lincolns up.
Yes. Scepter finally out on AA, so not bad without a Midas. 41 minutes. It's about what you expect.
We're almost at a point where, like, you don't doom the Lifestealer anymore because you never know, like, if he has his Lincolns up, if he has the Lincolns on him. You may as well just doom the Dazzle, I think, like we saw after that fight, or I think the Dazzle is actually an okay doom target at this point in the game. And then just try kite the Lifestealer using your Force
I think
Staff.
Puck's not even a bad idea.
Yeah. He also has a Lincolns though, so that's still a bit tricky, but
It's easier than Lifestealer though, because
Yeah.
he doesn't have any match community, so he can just level death and
Yeah.
rage, or level death and dupe. But it's by no means easy. Puck is one of the most elusive healers in the game.
well, that's it. He's got buyback again, but I kind of think he just wants to buy his crit, because if you're going to only survive by buying back here,
He's not gonna have
You're gonna
BKB up
lose.
for his revive.
Yeah.
So
it's a losing battle if you're constantly buying back while Empire are getting wall farmed and you're just staying.
he is buying it, but he doesn't have enough money.
Yeah.
They've made a beeline for Radiant's
okay, he
bottom
just had it.
tower.
He may not be here just yet. They've got no blitz for the time being. There's going to be a blink engagement. There's an test game. It's going to be FN the Doom. He won't even get off his ultimate here. He's got no buyback as well. And with that, it's pretty much all over. That's kind of one of those mistakes
I don't
we
know.
haven't seen much.
Silent.
Oh, there's a grave. He may still go down.
He has
the
an
ice
A
blast.
ultimate.
Yeah, A ultimate's going to finish him off. He's got no way out. He's actually going to go down. The life steal is dead. He's got no buyback as well. This SF is just man mode. He's bringing down familiars with himself. 1, 2, 3 familiars dead, and he may look to go for this dazzle here, but unfortunately 2 of his teammates are dead. And they go back in here without the life stealer. It's maybe a fight they want to try and take here. They want to try and avoid this wall of replica as much as possible, but
They've made a beeline for
Insane's
Radiant's
still
bottom
holding
tower.
on. What looked like your Doom dies before he casts ultimate. Normally that's game over, but the A Ice Blast is just
Radiant's
doing work here.
bottom tower has been denied.
That one going to be dodged by the... Oh no, not dodged by the puck. Feels the shatter effect on him.
And now they're a little bit scared of SF. He's hitting
Yeah.
for 300 damage and he has
Radiant's
the
top
crit.
tower has been
But
attacked.
that's what happens when you don't focus him down.
They get a tower. Like every time Empire comes,
Yeah, they get something.
they
out of
get...
it.
Yeah, it's always very small, which is where normally you feel Empire would just be getting a full set of Raxus plus tier 3 tower every push, but they're just getting small things every time, but it's still, it's costing, every time Q Insane holds, it's costing them deaths, buybacks, and it's really been a struggle to stay in this game. Mag will just surge himself just to make sure he doesn't take too much right-click damage. Resolution, chipping away. I like this going for the range Rex first, just because it's not going to regen, and it's permanent damage, as opposed to the melee Rex, which does get some regen.
A ult coming out. Man,
Dodged again.
yeah, he's been really good about dodging them.
Gets the shatter effect, but hey, dodges most of the damage. SF. Well, BKB down to 4 seconds. That's a bit of a worry, I guess. There's not that much nukes though coming out. Like it's more
It's more the initial.
Yeah.
Initial jump my puck.
get out of an open wounds, get out of a dream coil. If you get slowed by an open wound, you want to just pop that BKB to give you get yourself away from the life stealer. Hope.
Big Num looking for a kill. They actually don't have a gem yet. I'm actually quite surprised. Oh, actually they do have one. It's on the puck.
Yeah, he's had it for a bit now.
Yeah.
Shiver's Guard also picked up, and this is where like you look at Q Insane and how well they've been holding, but Empire just progressing so much in terms of items. Shiver's Guard, Assault Crest, your Dazzle has a Vlad's 4-star, your Rubik's also going to have, it looks like a Shiver's Guard and 500 gold. Darkseid with Lincoln's Blink Dagger now, 2k gold. Everyone on this dire side is about to be over 10k net worth, apart from Dazzle, who's about 2k away.
But I mean, even he has Vlad's and 4-staff.
Yeah, he's more than normal farm you'd expect. There is going to be an open wound, so he mantas off the open wounds, gets Abyssal, but not taking that much damage. Forced to pop the BKB. I think a bit worried about the familiar. He's going to try to turn this one around. Rage is on cooldown if they can try and engage. And Puck looking for Chomi. This means no BKB, but one of the good things out of 4-second BKB is it's got a short 50-second cooldown.
Is that long? Is that short enough though?
Yeah, maybe. And this push is not coming just yet.
They can just go ahead and sweep bottom though, because there's no tower there and the creeps are already in mid.
Yeah, SF BKB is 25 seconds away, so they've got to be fast if they want to go
Radiant's
for SF
bottom barracks
BKB.
are
Not
under
that
attack.
that's really the timing they need, but range Rex will go down for sure.
Why not take
Radiant's
advantage of it
bottom barracks is
if it's
forward.
presented to you?
15 seconds on the BKB, and see if SF can just try to get some right clicks on these familiars, but it looks like the melee Rex will go down as well. Q Insane, they just can't get in there.
The good news is that Radiant structures will be
And
much
pop
harder
the
to
weave as well,
damage
giving
now.
everyone bonus armor. They do pop the glyph here, so they pop that glyph. You may as well try and force them out and keep their Rex alive, because it'll regen up slowly. I think this is where Lifestealer just rage right clicks it and finish off the Rex, and then
Yeah, but
worry.
he's infested. He doesn't want to waste his infested repositioning.
This will be back up. He's been infested for a long time. I think he may even have it once he comes out. But yeah, you should just get the Rax and then worry about the fight afterwards. But he's going to go in. He's going to look for the kill here. That's a vacuum. Wall to follow as well. SF pops the BKB. Can he get a rep him off? That's what he wants to go for. He's going to back off, but now BKB wears off. He's still on the run. The Familiars are kind of on top of him. He's just watching Pop Doom comes out. It's on Mag on the Darkseid. He's going to get graved up. The Impale actually catches 2 fairly nice here. SF needs to fight. Needs to bring down Silence. Silence getting fairly low here. He pops the Rage. He's still fighting. He's actually maybe going to go down. SF needs some crits. Where are those crits? Mag is just going to go down as well. Silent actually picks up 4. Mag with a buyback, and now SF Chomi still just fighting his way out of things here. Every time they're actually dealing with this lifestealer, no matter how farmed he is. But it's 4 Raxes now. It's really dire straits for them. It's been this way for the last 20-25 minutes, but they've just fought so heroically. He picks up a Shadow Blade. I don't know how this works against the Puck Gem, unfortunately.
Oh no, he bought another crystal.
Okay.
He sold it.
It was maybe a misclick. I think it was click the Claymore and click the wrong. Well, not even Claymore. I don't know what I would have clicked.
Late to attack.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, I was thinking
are
Claymore.
they even close
You
on the?
used to make Shadow. You
Are
used
they
to make
close on the
Shadow Blade
shop?
with Battle. Oh, wait, I don't know.
They're not
The
even close on
Radiant
the shop. They're
destroyed
3
their own
items
top
away.
tower before the enemy did it for
There's no excuse. No, I guess he just chases mine, but he's gonna look to go in. This is your last rack, because you've got to try and hold this. Hey, Ice Blast a little quite a bit here. There's now 3 maggots pulled back here. A couple more right clicks and needs the crit. He will get the crit. I think that's the death of mag.
Inconceivable.
Grave is there, but that's not gonna last long enough. Meanwhile, Puck is on the back line.
Radiant's middle
He brought
tower
down
is
one,
under
phase,
attack.
blink. This Puck ever elusive. They lose the Darkseer though. That was the AI Ice
Radiant's
Blast.
middle tower is no more.
And all they got was like half damage on a melee Rex,
Yeah,
and
that's healing up.
they're not going to be able to push for quite some time. Looks like Roshan will
Yeah,
respawn in
that's-
about 30 seconds.
That's the thing, I guess. Q Insane can do anything, but Empire no. Like even if they aren't executing these high ground pushes as perfectly as they want to, they've still got Roast to fall back on. Lifestealer's dying a lot more than they'd hoped for, but hey, it doesn't really matter at this point. Resolution, his score is 11-0-17.
Wow.
Against a Doom.
He's just been playing like an absolute beast.
Even against AA, it's hard to stay alive like as a Puck.
He's been dodging like almost every single one of the Ice Blasts
Yeah.
though.
I'll wait for Roshan, and Silent's already in there, so probably will drop his drum to take the Aegis here, and sell them off. For a reason, hang on them at this point in the game, and well, this is probably all over for Q Insane. Once this push comes
Seem
with
to
the
be at a
Aegis
loss.
and cheese, they've got
The
one last
Dire
for
actually
that.
slain Roshan.
I can't believe SF went for this double crit build. He's got a Morbid Mask there. Is this Mask of Madness even? I think Mask of Madness is better than Helm of the Dominator at this point.
Yeah, if they keep focusing Doom, yes. I think if they focus Shadow Fiend though, Doom can't really save the Shadow Fiend.
Well, like Helm of the Dominator is not going to save him anyways.
Right. It's nice to have though. Satanic might.
He's got to picked up a smoke for his team. Well, more just to use. I guess no one else could. I guess he's like, hey, let's smoke out. Fight outside of the base, so you actually have a chance of keeping your Raxes alive. If you fight in your base, Lifestealer can just
But no one
focus Raxes.
else is with him.
Come on, Rubik, get up there. Rubik's almost got BKB, but that's not going to matter. AA has an ultimate ready. They're trying to go around from behind here. They've got to get in position soon. At the same time, if there's 5 heroes...
Oh, they're fighting Darkseer!
Ooh, that's a big pickup. They'll use the Doom. That means no vacuum wall. Lifesteal's on the front grounds. He wants to try and get this SF. SF gets abyssalled up. He's taking too much damage. He will go down. There's no buyback as well. FN is on the run. He's used Doom already. Darkseer's still actually alive for a bit longer. They've lost 2. They're going to lose 3. GG is called.
I like that play though. You have to
Yeah.
go for something risky.
Why not?
If
Yeah.
you, I mean, every single time they lost like a building, a T3, a Rax, and
when you've only got 2 Raxes left, that next push is your
Radiant's
last.
middle tower is under siege.
right. So Insane still, I mean, they impress me.
They're versing, to me, the team who's playing the best in Europe
Radiant's
right now.
middle
Yes.
tower.
Like, I don't think they're the best in Europe, but they're playing the best. Like, they're playing better than Navi, better than Alliance, and they're by far the most consistent team. So,
I think we can expect some good things from Insane.
yeah, I would. You put them in a matchup against a team who's not in as good a form as Empire, like against a team like Fnatic who's struggling a